All right, we're back here on the Chase Thomas podcast, where I'm still the aforementioned Chase Thomas, coming to you live from Knoxville, Tennessee. I am excited to be joined by a first-timer, someone that I saw up close and in person in the college baseball regionals. I can't believe it's almost been 7-8 months ago that happened. It was hot. It was June. It was a very different time, but baseball season's right around the corner, and I don't know if a lot of people are ready for this, but we're a month out just about, and Coach Vazquez is here, the Alabama State head men's baseball coach. Coach, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. I mean, things are good, family good. We're excited to get going. My club, we had a good fall. We just trying to get ahead of a few things, as probably every head coach is, and coaching staff in the nation. But we're moving along, and then our guys, everybody's back, everybody's ready to go, and everybody came back healthy, and we got some positive things going on. So I'm excited.
How important are the fall games? I know Tennessee played a couple, and different schools play a couple. Just kind of work in new transfers and just see what you got with young guys, and just see how guys have kept up with everything over the offseason. How important are fall games for you? Do you really decipher? Yeah,
I think it was one of the most influential decisions as far as with the NCAA allowing us to compete against outside competition in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
In the scrimmaging, playing against each other, obviously that's what every team does. But when you have the opportunity to see what the guys can do, it's a different setting, and hopefully what they could do once we get in the season. I think it's crucial for our evaluation. There's some guys that going based on earning what they get. I think that the way that you probably most of the coaches manage the fall is that what you've seen so far from those players, those are the ones that you're gonna go to battle with for the most part in those fall games. At least that's what I do. There's guys that show you that they can do it, and by the time we play our two games, we have played some games, some scrimmages, and we played this year. We played a junior college. We played a local school, that the Division II school, that they do an excellent job, and we just competed. And actually, I was very proud of how we played. So I think, like I said, it's one of the best decisions that they were able to make for our programs, as far as just kind of getting us out of the routine of just playing, each other, and that competitive edge. I think it comes out, when you're playing other teams that are, obviously getting ready for the season as well.
How ready are you for the 2023 college baseball season to start? Have you enjoyed your off season? Have you gotten did you have a fun Christmas and New Year's, and you're like, I don't know, I'm not ready to dive back into the grind just yet? Or are you ready to go?
You know what? I do have to say that I enjoy the time with my family. As we do spend quite a bit of time away from the family, but definitely excited to and the way that I feel, which probably even hungrier that how I felt last year. When you get the opportunity to do the things that we accomplish, it's a crazy feeling, because you want to do it again. You want to. I was talking to the team yesterday. You want to validate, the things that you were able to accomplish. So I'm, needless to say, even my family, they know that I'm happier when the season is, when we're full throttle when it comes to baseball. They know that's what I love, and me and my staff, we're just ready to get going. But we did took some time and spent some time with the family. We did the Disney thing. We had a great time over there.
What was the biggest hit there? What do the kids love the most at Disney?
Well, you know what? I have a 17-year-old senior in high school, and I have a 15-year-old. So we met with her family, her parents, and we had a great time down in Disney. The weather was great, and we had Christmas just at home, and I mean, it was a good off season. And like I said, just making sure that our guys were continuing to work, even when we were not with them every day. But it's exciting to be back and to see everybody, and obviously to be on the field with them getting ready is I think it's the best part for probably every coach in the nation.
How do you recharge in the off season? Do you have a strategy that you use with the grind? And like once you finished up the regionals this past year, is there something that you do, kind of a routine to make sure you're recharged, that you're ready to go to jump right back into it at this point in the following year?
No, you know what? For years, I think as far as recharging, in a way, it becomes a little stressful this summer because you know that obviously we go from playing to evaluating talent,
Mm,
and at that point, after having a good year, you want to, as I said, you want to make sure that you're uh, putting a team together that you feel that they can do it again. You know, if your
mm,
year was just average, then obviously it's a lot of thinking and what do we need in order to get to that level. So, as far as how do I recharge, I do certain things. Like I said, I hang out with the family. I'm able to go out and recruiting is still a passion of mine. And even though I don't go out as much as I used to,
mm.
it's still something that I enjoy and just continue to meet people, watch baseball, and enjoy those hot summers in different places. As you know, everybody goes to different places and it's 110 degrees
Yeah.
watching baseball. But that's a way for me to just staying involved in the game and watching and meeting people and going to the things that I love, which is staying involved in the game.
What's been the biggest thing you've learned about yourself since becoming the Alabama State manager?
Wow, that's a good. You know what? I never thought about that. That what I have learned about myself is how to probably control my emotions and
Hmm.
not react to certain things that may uh, push us to not the limit, but and where we can react out of emotions. And
Mm,
I've learned that I need to be a listener.
mm,
That I need to just think things through. Prior to making decisions, I learned that I feel that I'm a good communicator.
mm,
I learned that, and that's how I try to solve a lot of the problems and make sure that I continue to pay attention to details. In order for us to, the to continue to elevate the program, we have to understand, you know, how the game is evolving, how everything is happening. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, but I learned that you gotta keep up. That's one thing that I have learned. You got to keep up. You have to, certain things that you want to do because you've been doing it for as you grew up in the game. But there's some things that you have to be able to adapt. So those are the things that I probably learned the most.
Building off that a little bit, I'm curious, how has the game changed since you first became a coach? Because obviously with launch angle and things like that, I mean, just home run central and me being here in Knoxville, just seeing it up close and personal, just how important the long ball is now. But how has it changed since you became a coach, and how have you had to change kind of your coaching style since taking over?
I think that the tools are there for us to be better prepared.
Mm,
So when I started coaching, at times, you had to go to the weekend and based on, I guess, a written scout report,
mm,
just kind of go based on what you can get from that written scout report. Now with all the tools that we have and be able to put a visual as
mm,
everybody else does into maybe the arm that we're going to face, the way that a team will attack for the most part. Those things are, when I'm telling you, they've changed the game. They changed
mm,
the game. And you have to, like I said, you have to continue to adapt weekend by weekend and really game by game because if you're not up to par with everything that's going on with all the tools and everything that everybody has and things that continue to come out, that's what I'm actually impressed the most. There's things that the game is being taught and there's gadgets and things that everybody keep coming up that actually make a lot of sense, so I'm all for that. But the game has changed quite a bit, like I said, from a written scout report to now being able to know what a team can do and seeing things, like I said, mechanics, velocities, all of that stuff is something that has changed for the good, of the game. But you have to is put some uh, us in situations that we have to obviously spend more money, to be able to
mm,
get and to be up to par with everybody else.
Do you have to change what you teach every year?
No,
Okay.
no. As far as we stay pretty simple with the philosophy. As far as
Mm.
changing what we teach, I don't feel like I know everything about baseball. So there's some things that I still hear, see.
You're always learning.
Oh yeah, there's some programs that we play against that I see certain things where there's an adjustment, where there's an approach, where there's a philosophy that I definitely maybe a play, maybe
Mm.
a play that they do against you that you're like, you know what, I'm gonna steal that one. So you continue to adapt, but I don't change as far as how we want to play baseball, as far as how I want Alabama State baseball to go about things. That's not going to change. We're just going to adapt for to certain things, but we feel that we have been uh, successful, and we want to continue with that. And not that is that we're perfect, but I think that the things that we have done, they work. So I don't know if we should change them too much.
Why do you think your program has blossomed to the point that it has, and why did you have just such a breakthrough year last year making the regionals?
I when it comes to this, you look deep into how you've been able to be consistent,
Mm.
do certain things that eventually got us to win the conference tournament
Mm.
again. I know we did it when I was a associate head coach, but my first time, winning as a head coach. Um, there's too many things, and I can, if you don't mind, I'll just dissect them. I have a,
Yeah.
a great staff that had helped me put a competitive team year in and year out. I have a great recruiting coordinator that is, superstar and does a great job. The administration, understanding that in order for us to once again be up to par, there's certain things that we need, and allowing us to get those things, allowing us to be as close as we can from I guess bigger programs.
Mm.
All those things come into play in order for you to be successful. We're recruiting good young men. They come here from good families. They come here from good backgrounds, and even though they made mistakes, I think it's normal. But it's our job to keep them, in that line that we want them to walk in, and all those things allow us to be in a situation that you can concentrate on winning games, winning a championship, and there's not outside distractions or things that you have to worry about. Like I said, from us doing the job that we were hired to do, to the administration, great leadership, from our president, from our AD, people that academics, everybody really has a lot to do with the success of our program. And that's one thing that I make sure that I let them understand. And I'll go not even, from the people, grounds people, people that help us make sure that our stadium is clean, from our people that take care of our field, from our bus drivers, that takes us and bring us back safe. There's just too many things that allow us to once again concentrate on getting ready for opponents, and then just execute the game plan, game in and game out.
What's your strongest selling point to kids to come play for you in Alabama State?
We have a great institution.
Mm.
We our academics continue to get stronger as I've been here. We have a lot of programs that we offer. That's number one.
Mm.
And you offer now the ability to compete year in and year out with a championship and to win a championship. We
Mm.
play a great schedule. We are in a place that we for the most part we have great weather. We're able to be outside the entire year. We don't have uh I guess a problem, maybe a couple of days that is 20, maybe 15 degrees, and you were actually still could be out there, but maybe it's not the smartest to just continue to be outside. So but I think the ability, once again, the way that our program is, we have everything that we need in order for us to
Mm.
succeed. We have facilities, we have the way we travel, the way we eat, the way we compete, the way we dress, the way that that a Division One program should be. So we have some things that as we continue, we got to continue to evolve. We got to continue to get better, and hopefully, uh, we add some more so we can keep up with everybody else. It's hard, but once again, we have everything that we need in order for us to be successful.
What makes Corey King special?
Just he knows who he is as a player. He is not he's not selfish. He's a guy. He's a team guy that understand what he needs to do in order for us to win.
Mm.
Corey King was a player of the year. Situations that, and I'll give you a couple of examples. Situations where I probably could have just allowed him to take over games, and I felt that at that time, even though he was having a great year, he needed to put a bump down or something, maybe a hit and run or take a pitch on a 2-0 pitch and things like that. Never once we complained, never once gave me attitude, never. He's just such a team guy that is awesome to see guys like that, even in the championship game.
Mm.
I don't know if you were able to, but I'll go back. We had an opportunity I think it was in the 11th inning. We played 14. I think it was at the 11th or 10th, into where I asked for him to bunt, and he
Mm.
bunted. And that we're talking about the player of the year, 14 home runs, 360. I thought that we needed to find a way to
Mm.
take the lead, and he did what I asked him to do, and then he did it, executed the bunt. We didn't score the run. Then in the 14th inning, he comes in the same situation, man on first, nobody out, and I say, you know what? We tried the bunt already. I looked at Drew, my associate head coach. I looked at him from third base, and he goes basically like, "Don't bunt, just let him swing." And I was like, I was thinking that first pitch hits a double, we take the lead, and we ended up winning that game 5-4 because of him. So I mean, he's just a special young man, extremely bright. Uh, does a great job in the classroom. There's really, he does everything right. So I'm very happy that he's here, and hopefully he can have another good season for us.
Who was the most underrated player from last year's team for you?
Well, I got two. I
Okay.
got the most underrated player, and I now you got me thinking now, but
Mm-hmm.
I have some guys that brought a few things to the table that are very hard to replace, and I'll give you underrated. A pitcher was Osvaldo Mendez,
Mm-hmm.
and a pitcher that had the ability to start games, came in relief, he closed games, he loaned. I mean, he's that type of guy. There's nothing.
Whatever you needed.
Yeah, whatever I needed. Ended up getting the double play. By design. I wanted him at the end of the game, but he ended up getting the ground ball double play to win the game. I have Ian Matos is somebody that got hurt, but he didn't have a great offensive season, but what he brings to the table in center field, there's not many. Now I've been doing this for 21 years. There's not many that I have seen that can play center field like he can.
Mm-hmm.
He plays with that. We had a young man, Kyler McIntosh. You probably saw him.
Yep.
And he
Two
for
hole, right? He was right behind King. Yeah.
for the beginning of the year, he came in as a two-way guy. He played
Mm.
shortstop. We had a great shortstop last year, senior. So he really wasn't getting too much playing time as far as hitting. He was on the rotation. Somebody got hurt, put him in the lineup because I knew he could do it. And my goodness, before you know it, he's hit, I don't know, 380 something with,
Yeah.
and ended up being an everyday guy and also pitching. But I think there's one guy that is this key, has been key, and I wanted to get to him is Christian Lopez, our third baseman.
Hmm.
Yeah, he talking about a calm guy, don't let his highs get too high, just kind of plays with, whether he hits a home run or strikes out is the same attitude, and but he plays the ability that Christian has to play third base. My goodness, and that solidify our infield, and he made plays, and to the point that when that last ball was hit to him in that
Mm.
championship game, they hit a lefty hits a ground ball to the line. as soon as he fielded that baseball, as soon as that baseball was in his glove, quietly I started celebrating because I knew he was going to make that throw, and that's how we won the championship that way.
I love it. I have a question for you about Tennessee.
Yeah,
Do you think they were you saw them up close and in person. Do you think they were the best team in college baseball last year?
absolutely 100%. You are right about that. I didn't think we face, as I told you, we face a lot of quality programs.
Mm,
The the combination of what they had with the arms, with 1 through 9, defensively, a great setup in my opinion. They play really uh, to their field.
mm.
The field, as you know, is not as big, so you have to take advantage.
Yeah. It's like
Whenever
home run derby on most,
you
Tuesday,
gotta take
evening.
advantage of it. It's great.
Mm,
I feel that Tony did an excellent job in this, and the staff just uh, you have to, the way that I see it in recruiting, and
mm,
that's how we try to do it. You got a GM, like a general manager, the whole thing. You have to
mm,
put you got to put a team together. Yeah, you can have a bunch of talent. You can just get whoever, the guys that are talented and all that stuff. But you have to be able to say, okay, what is this guy going to do for our program? What is this guy going to do? And I think
how do
that,
they fit the culture?
yes, and I think that he did an excellent job putting that team together. And obviously, then you got what I saw is not only talented, but they got along.
Mm,
They had the attitude about them. Basically, we are that good, and I always think that's good. And obviously, we saw it. I did make a comment on my press conference when we faced the first game. I said, if this
mm.
young man is not a first rounder, then I don't know what a first rounder is, because
Mhm,
he was 94 to 98. I thought
mm,
3 pitch mix. We hit a few hits on a fastball, and he goes, "No, we're gonna make adjustments right now," and start to throw breaking ball really whenever he wanted to. Plus the body, ready to. He was mature, so I
mhm.
and separated himself. So yeah, I think that there was no doubt in my mind that they were the best team in college baseball.
When you talked about showing tape and stuff and how much that's you don't just get a stat sheet anymore. Obviously, Joyce throwing 105.5. Did that when you're showing, like, kids, I'm sure have heard of it. They're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, does he really throw 100 like, is that really a possibility we're gonna see that on Friday night?" And you show them, you're like, "No, no, no, no. He's throwing 105. Here's what it looks like." What was that like?
Well, and I was fortunate to see uh Strasburg when he was
Oh,
a prospect. I
uh-huh.
saw him. We actually played against them early in California. He was 98 to 100,
Mhm.
um, with pitchability. But as far as somebody that has thrown more than 100, I never seen anything like that.
Hmm.
And I remember that he actually came to face, I believe, just one batter, and he was electric. So you don't see that often. There's not much you can say besides just,
Yeah.
at that point I became an spectator. Really, I just wanted to watch and make sure that I enjoy seeing somebody that most likely at some point is going to be in the big leagues. And he was playing against us, so it was impressive. It was
It's also
impressive.
just crazy to see it come out of that. Like, you just don't see it. Like, you're not gonna see it very often, and the guys just don't throw 105. Like, that's just not what you see. So I just always felt bad throughout the year of, these poor hitters. Like, I mean, Corey King, whoever, it's like you're been through it's just
It don't
different.
matter. You're not ready for that. You don't.
No, you can't.
Nobody practices that.
How do you?
You can
No
go you can go 90, you can set the machine 92, 95, things like
mm,
that, but you don't set the machine at 105.
yeah.
So it's tough to mimic that, and to get ready for that. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun to see him do that.
I like it. What's gonna look different, or I guess the most different from this year's Alabama State team from last year's? What do you think is gonna be the biggest change?
I think the biggest change, we're gonna miss. Breon Puller was a senior last year. He started that game against Tennessee. He was outstanding for
Mm,
us. So the true number one guy that competed every time, that that came out there, whether he had his best stuff or not, he was a guy that you knew was going to keep you in the game. I think we're going to miss Breon, but
Mhm.
then again, it happens every year. You know, you lose guys, whether it's to graduation, whether it's to being drafted or just being done playing baseball. You know, but some other guys are going to have to step up. We have right now we have a group that I feel that is going to be extremely competitive on the mound. There's some things that is still got to be played out in this next 35 days. You know, as far as who's gonna start the season. I think when we came in with Breon last year, we knew that we had a number one. So
Mhm.
I knew 35 days ahead who was gonna start that first game. You know, I think right now I have a bunch of guys that are battling that have the ability, but I still need to see certain things to see who's gonna be the leader of the pitching staff.
I like it. Are you a New Year's resolution guy? Did you have any New Year's resolutions as a coach that you got for this year?
I, more of a goals type of guy.
Okay.
I guess a resolution. I'm more of a goals. I would love to. I think consistency in everything that we do is key for me. I use that word quite a bit. Like I said, I want to be able to concentrate on February 17th right now.
Mhm.
My mind is not on anything else. You know, my mind is to get the guys ready along with my staff and just concentrate on that first day, and then once that first day is over with, then we'll concentrate on the doubleheader that we have the next day. So I would love to goals. You know, I would love for our program to get close to if we can to the 40 win mark. I think that will be a remarkable accomplishment. You know, for the guys, and winning. I compare winning to to a lot of things, but winning is like money. When you have some, you want more.
Mhm.
And when you win, obviously you want to be able to continue to do the things that you did and maybe some adjustments to hopefully be in that situation again because it's fun. You know.
You wanna host a regional this year.
Oh
Mhm.
well, my goodness, that would
Mhm.
be wow. That will be outstanding. That will be outstanding. But I would like to, like I said, winning 40 games. I think is something that we could do, but we just have
Mhm.
to be consistent throughout. And everybody goes through their ups and downs in the season. But in order for us to accomplish that, we have our goal is to win the division and to get into a regional again.
I love it. Coach, how did the good folks support your program down there in Montgomery, Alabama this season leading up? We're 37 days away from the first Hornets baseball game. How did the good folks support you and what you've got going on down here?
Very good, very good. I have a little bit at the beginning when it's a little cold.
Mhm.
We might have people that may just watch it online,
Mhm.
but
No, go out in person, folks. Go out because 'cause you're gonna be hot and you're gonna be
uh,
complaining in May about how hot it is.
yeah,
Like, just go ahead and enjoy it now. It won't be like that for long.
very true. No, but we have a great fan base. We Montgomery is a baseball town.
Mhm.
I think I want to believe that and I know, but our fans and our administration, along with with our alumni, are very proud of what we have accomplished. So I
Mhm.
know we do have their support, and even though we do great as far as people coming in, that there's you can always have more because one of the things that I notice, obviously, and this is at our level, at the end of the day, is 18 to 22-year olds, playing
Mhm.
when you have that the ability to have uh, the home fan base, it definitely makes a difference. It makes a difference, and when we experience that at Tennessee, we have experienced that at other places. Whether it's Auburn, places that average, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 thousand people.
Mhm.
When you get to the atmosphere of a regional atmosphere, one of the things that we I know it doesn't happen all the time, and where you're playing in front of 5,000 people.
Mhm.
So it might take you an inning or two to kind of get used to that, but that inning or two might be the reason why you're not in the game. So, and I think that's one of the big differences of the programs like that. As Tennessee, LSU, Arkansas, places Mississippi State, Ole Miss, places in where you're averaging, my goodness, close to 10,000, maybe even more
Mm-hmm.
a game. You get used to that, and that becomes part of the routine, and you have to be able to concentrate and getting the job done, whether it's 10 people or whether it's 10,000. But it definitely helps when you have a lot of people there.
I love it. Coach, this has been great. I very much enjoyed our conversation. I appreciate you making the time this afternoon. I wish you all the best this season, and I'm excited to see what you've got going and building off last year's championship and 40 games. I expect nothing less, Coach, and we'll have to check back in again soon.
Absolutely, it's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me, and thank you for what you're doing for college, sports and college baseball in general. So hopefully we'll stay in touch, and then you'll see, us trying to go after this championship again.
Absolutely. Good luck, Coach. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.